Hi guys, this is a video of me creating an illustration in Adobe Illustrator. It took me around 3 hours to create this illustration, but the sketching part was around 20 minutes, if I'm not wrong. As you can see, I already had the sketch, which I scanned and opened with Adobe Illustrator. I wanted to create something for fun, something to enrich my portfolio, and I had a lot of fun working on this. Since this is the first video in which I talk and draw, I was thinking that I would share my process with you guys, the way I work and the way I create illustrations. So let's start by talking about the sketch. The sketching part is usually pretty quick, much quicker than the illustration part, which is normal. It depends sometimes on my mood. I'm not always creating a sketch very quickly, but most of the times the sketch is around 20 minutes and half an hour. It depends on what I want, how much do I have to learn when I create a sketch. So if I have to create a sketch about something that I haven't drawn before, or I'm not used to draw such things, then I need more time, of course. So right now I wanted to create with this illustration something bright and floral and positive, and I had this image in my mind of a girl of this, and how would this look like, because I had in my mind also this text or this message, confidence without ego, and I wanted to illustrate it somehow. So let's talk about the Illustrator. In Adobe Illustrator, I open the sketch and I lock the layer, and I start to create new layers for different parts of the illustration, or the face or the hair. I usually start with the hair or the skin part, then I add the details. I add the eyes, the nose, the lips, and I put them on a different layer, and I usually lock them because I don't want to move them. So this is the way it's more comfortable for me. Then I add shadows and I add more details, and usually this process is pretty experimental. I like to change things. I like to change even the colors that I already thought out or I had in my mind, because I just somehow don't see them the way they looked in my mind, and I love to change the colors whenever I want them. This is why I love vector illustrations, because it's very easy to change the colors. You know, it's if you would do this in watercolors, it would take a lot of time, because you would had to create all of them again and again. But it's so great that vector illustration is making this possible. So here on this sketch I had some peony flowers, and I illustrated the petals at first again, and I put shadows and lines. Yeah, at some point I thought that I would make her have brunette hair, but then I decided to leave it like that. I somehow didn't like the pastel feeling and the pastel colors of it, but then I sort of started to like it. So, and again, I added this text, confidence without ego, because this message was on my mind for a while, and I think it means a lot to me, and I wanted to put out there. I don't think it would look too nice without the text. Maybe yes, but I was thinking that it would be too simple if there would be just a girl and the flowers, and I just wanted to put there something. Finally, I added some textures and elements, and most of them were already created because I used them in other illustrations of mine because I needed them. And I just wanted to share a few things about these textures. These textures were created because way a long time ago I wanted to experiment with watercolor, and I didn't have enough patience, and I already had my style, but I wanted to see that nice effect in watercolors, and watercolors. I mean, you really see that they are definitely not watercolors. Some people ask me how did I created them, and I tell them that they were created digitally, of course. But you know, I wanted to add some textures because I didn't want that vector feeling to be visible. I didn't want my illustrations to be obviously vector illustrations, but so I created these textures, and at first I wanted to create this effect that would reflect somehow watercolor textures, but it didn't turn out well. But in the end I still liked the textures, so I think this defines my style right now. But you know, this is not over. I want to improve my style. So finally, I just want to let you know that this illustration will be available in my Etsy shop and in my Society 6 shop. And if you guys liked this video or you want me to create more, please like it, subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, or even different videos. And finally, I just want to thank you for your time, for watching this video, and I wish you all the best and see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.